When we win by a landslide in November, the things we have to worry about, according to white America, is Donald Trump and taking these institutions that Democrats, with a majority, fail to uphold. This is the Woke Socialist Podcast. Please like and subscribe. It costs nothing. And if you want to continue to get this content, we are absolutely positively growing in numbers out on the streets. I need to say this. I am done with the vote blue no matter who movement. Democrats don't realize that right now. There is a whole plethora of Southern black populations that were cut out of the 50-state strategy when Kamala Harris ran for office. All they concentrated on is black people with money. And right now, it is the same. Anyone who is a Democrat or a Republican right now who has not branched off, and I have a list of those names, and I'll put them up later on. People who are absolutely, positively for the United States Constitution. Now, let me be clear. This Constitution never covered black, brown, and red people. But if you listen to Generation X, and you listen to people like Kyle Kalinske and Jack Coacharella and Hassan Piker, they are not the enemy. But here's the thing. Everyone in the Democratic and Republican Party are calling them the enemy so that we target these people. Why, do you ask? When Jewish people are supposed to support civil rights like they did when Martin Luther King marched. When Latinos and all those people were for black rights because it meant everyone's rights. Right around the corner was Nancy Pelosi getting on her knees in kente cloth, claiming that she cared about John Lewis's legacy and said she got her marching orders. She said that. This is how we go forward. And what did she do? She continued to promote Hakeem Jeffries and Cory Booker for the Israeli lobby that has now turned their unfortunate circumstance of generations-long genocide throughout Europe and other countries and turned it on the Palestinians. On the death of a black man. The man I considered the most positive influence for worldwide racial equality, economic equality, and just equality in the United States of America that black, red, and brown people have never gotten. And they never will. With this vote blue no matter who thing. This is the absolute antithesis of democracy. Every individual, black, white, or otherwise, who supports the genocide in Gaza and continues to vote in favor of Trump's cabinet members, policies, and all that, do not deserve your vote in November. Rest assured. There are many other people in many states, like mine, the state of Maryland, who will gladly represent the people of every state. We will not only uphold our United States Constitution, but we will also fight for the people. People out here are hungry. They're disabled like me. We have no choice but to do for ourselves. But we cannot do it with our backs burdened by the corporate machine, the Democratic machine, the Republican machine, or vote blue no matter who. Now, you'll make your choice. Most people will. I'm not going to doubt them or put them down for that. But I will say this. There is another choice. We have 5 months to turn this thing around. We have 5 months to boycott the Democratic and Republican parties as a whole. We don't need them anymore. They need us. Every member of Congress gets his or her salary from our tax dollars. What we need to do is get real about what the fuck is going on. No more doom scrolling about what Donald Trump is doing. No more doom scrolling about this or that. No more pissing and moaning. You have a bunch of mentally immature children occupying every faction of our United States government, including Democratic Party members elected. They like toys. They like donations. They like to be funded constantly and live the life of luxury. Between now and November, we have a chance. A real chance. If we stop fucking around, listening to white people, talking about the November elections and winning by a landslide, right now, we have a chance to make a difference. Right now, it's not about white people I need to convince to do something. It's about saving black lives. And since 1619, we have been talking about this. The civil rights movement, all that. But all you white people that hold No King's protest, sweep that under the carpet. Oh, we got Senator so-and-so, and we got Senator so-and-so, and this and that. You know what? That's white privilege. And now it is getting sickening. Because you did not sacrifice your life. You sacrificed your comfort for a weekend. But I digress. All eyes should be on Louisiana right now, because many states right now are implementing the use of firing squads to kill people that are on death row. Now, that should not fuck your head up at this point, saying they're using firing squads and there's going to be blood over everywhere. People got to clean that up and all. That's not what this is about. What this is about is if the RFK Juniors of the world approve, and they have in many cases, drugs for lethal injection that do not kill the person instantly, but they provide sort of just like Epstein Island and the things that I read from the girls in their diaries, a mass suffering of whatever black man, and it usually is a black man, so that people, this provides entertainment. So let's get back to Alex Pretty and this is what they're about. So let's get back to the firing squad and last resort. This is the last resort. So they will kill this person 10 times, and this is how cruel they are. Because, let me be clear, these drugs have not been passed through Congress and approved or anything like that for legal ingestion. But I need to say this before I say any more. This is systematic genocide. Because if you look at current events, and I know you haven't because you listen to Fox News and corporate media, you have missed the hundreds of executions that took place right before Donald Trump left the last time. And now they're ramping him up. Now, 6 executions were performed in the state of Louisiana since Donald Trump became president. Now they're fast-tracking all of this using the firing squad. But hear this. The last man in the state of Louisiana did not die from the first, second, third, or fourth shot. This is meant to torture. So what I say to Democrats, if you want to still support AIPAC and the systematic rape of children in Gaza, do you like that? What does this tell you about the next election? What it tells you is this. Every day, a Democrat who supports AIPAC, who supports Israel, and gets on TV and says so, or, as we can trace because we're not stupid, you received money from them, is one more person that supports this. So what this says is this. You are no longer an American. The rising socialist movement is aware of this. We are aware of you. We see how you vote. We watch how you vote. We talk about how you vote. And let me be clear that any news outlet right now that still placates to Donald Trump And any Democrat who still supports the Israel lobby should move to Israel or get the fuck out of our country. Because I tell you what, the baby boomers who are not acting on behalf of their constituents are complacent and now considered terrorists and communists. You are the communists. You are the terrorists. You are the enemy. And everyone you exclude from every black populace in the United States of America, you will never win by a landslide in November. Your job is done here. Many socialists believe purely that the Democratic and Republican Party came to this place in 2026 to separate the men from the boys. Those who will actually preserve this democracy and those who will not. Generation X and Generation Z, we know where we need to go. We have our marching orders. We learn from history. But we also plan for the future. And we have learned from your mistakes. We will not make them again. Democrats might be changing optimism about defeating Donald Trump. But without the 50 United States of America, you can best believe me when I say there are millions of Americans willing to lay down and let Donald Trump become president so that we have an excuse to do to him what he has done to us. This is not Democrats being violent or promoting violent rhetoric. This is woke socialists, patriots, standing up for the United States of America. Please like and subscribe to this video. Don't fall for the okie doke. The more you subscribe, the more we'll talk. This is not a time to play keyboard cowboy. This is absolutely a time to put up or shut up. That's all we got for now.